Have a look here. One important requirement whenever we talk about this binary search is the elements of the array need to be either in ascending order or in descending order. Like for yesterday's example, the array that we had, whatever integers were there, they were jumbled. They were not in ascending or descending, but we were able to search for the item. The basic requirement for binary search is the array elements need to be either in ascending or in descending order. Okay. So how many elements I have here? I am having 8 elements. Now let's understand. The basic concept will be same. You accept the value of n, you ask for the key item that is to be searched. Now there are some important terms that come here. First one is called as low. Okay. The term that is we refer to will be called as low. And what will be the value of low? The value of low will be equal to the 0th index. So low will be initialized to 0. Next, we have another term that is called as high. Now, what is going to be the initialization for this term? It is going to be equal to last. But then we will have to write it in terms of index, right? So I will write here as n minus 1. We have 8 elements. What is the value of n minus 1? 7, which is the last element. So the last value is high. These two are called as low, the most beginning value or the smallest index. High is going to be the last or n minus 1 element. So this is at the beginning. Now the concept here is, first, another important term that we come across here is called as mid. M-I-D, mid. That is mid of the array. So how do you calculate the value of mid here? You have a formula for this, which is low plus high, the whole divided by 2. Now, what will be the calculated value of mid? 0 plus, have a look at the value of high. The value of high is 7. 0 plus 7 is 7. 7 divided by 2. 3.5. So let's update it. It is going to be equal to 3.5. But how can you take the index value 3.5? We have all whole numbers here. So what we need to do is we are just going to consider the integer part. So what is the integer part of 3.5? 3. So only 3 will be considered. So this is the updated value of mid. You understood? First requirement goes either in ascending or descending order. You have to have the elements. Next thing will be place the low, initialize the value of low, then initialize the value of high. Calculate the value of mid. How is it to be calculated? Low plus high divided by 2. So this much is done. Next thing, have a look at your key element. So for this example, I have said let the key element be equal to 80. Okay. Now, first statement is here. We need to compare our key element with our mid element. Our key element is 80, our mid element is 40. Is it equal? No. So this condition here becomes false. Now what we have to understand is, have a look at the key element and understand, is your key element less than the mid element? Is 80 less than 40? No. Okay. Leave that condition. Have a look at the next one. Is key element greater than the mid element? Yes. Your key element is 80. I have written here. Key element is 80. What is your mid element? Let me place it here. Your mid element is 40. So whenever your key element becomes greater than the mid element, it means you need to perform the search only on the right hand side. You only have to perform the search on the right hand side. The left hand side of the array need not be searched. The concept for binary search is compare your key element with the mid element. If it is equal, search is successful. If not, next condition, compare your key element with your mid element and see if the key element is less than the mid element, perform the search in the left hand side. If the key element is greater than the mid element, perform the search on the right hand side of the mid. Did you follow this? Okay. Now, once this is done, I said the search needs to be performed here. If you have a look at this thing, okay, have a look here. We have the value of high. Where is the value of low? We do not have. This is a new array now. We are not going to consider whatever is there on the left hand side. In the new array, do you have the value of low? No. So we need to find the new value of low. How do you find it? Have a look here. What is the value of low? Just one value greater than the mid. Just one value greater than the mid. So what will be the new value of mid now? It is going to be 4. Apply the formula that is given here. Low is equal to mid plus 1. So what was the value of mid? It was 3. Plus 1 becomes 4. Now, let me replace this with low, the new value of low. Sorry, just I mistakenly replaced the value of mid here. We have to update the value of low. Now the next thing is, we have got the new value of low. We have to consider only this array. So in this array, do you have the value of mid? You have to calculate the value of mid once again. What is the formula to calculate the mid? Plus I divide by 2. So tell me 4 plus 7 divide by 2. 5.5, which means we shall consider the integer part, that is 5. So let us replace the new value of mid here. This is the new value of mid. Now again the same thing. Compare your key element. Your key element is here, which is 80. Compare the element 80 with your mid element. Are they equal? No. Next thing we need to do is check if the key element is less than the mid element. Is 80 less than 60? No. Then, is your key element greater than the mid value? Yes, 80 is definitely greater than 60. So what does this indicate? Search has to again take place only at the right side. So let me just again indicate here. So the search will take place only at the right side of the mid value. Okay, so we are again not going to look for searching in this particular section. Now, what we again, if you have a look at this, what you have the value of high. Do you have the value of low? What is the value of low? It should be 0. The value of low is going to be what here? Usually when we start for the array, it is initialized to the lowest index. So if you update it now, what will be the value of low? Mid plus 1. So the value of mid is 5 plus 1 becomes here 6. So the value of low is 6. Now we need to calculate mid. Correct? We have low, we have high. 6. How to calculate the value of mid again? 6 plus 7 divide by 2. What will be the value of mid? So what do we consider now? 6. So we shall consider just 6. So again, now if you have a look here, low and mid have come at the same place. Right? Now compare again. Is the key element equal to the mid? Is the key element less than the mid? No. Is the key element greater than or equal to mid? Yes, less than or equal to mid. Yes. So what is going to happen now? Which particular variable will move? Have a look here. Key is greater than or equal to mid. So it means our low value. Correct? This is a mid value. We need to perform the search now only in this array. We need not perform the search for this. So our search is only going to be here. Okay, we are left with one element. High is already there. Do we have the value of low? No. So now just there's one element, what is going to happen? The value of low, even if you apply this particular formula, low is equal to mid plus 1. 6 plus 1, 7. So this gives the new value of low. Calculate mid now. 7 plus 7, divide by 2. 7. So the mid value, the low value and the high value are all at one index. Fine. Now we shall refer only to the mid. We do not need to refer this for the key element, right? So now you compare. Is your key element equal to your mid element? Correct? So is the search successful? Yes, you have found the key element there. What is the position? At what index has it been found? 7. So for that, which particular variable will use? Mid variable, because we are comparing our key element with the mid every time. So mid value will give you the index or the position at which your element has been found. Did you follow this? All of you? Okay. Now let's directly go to the program. Okay. And with the help of that, we shall trace for one key element which is not present in the list. Fine. Let's execute this. First, have a look at the output. This is your journal program. Section B, part, the first journal program here. So it is asking me how many elements. Let me give the same output. Let me say 8. Let me enter it in sorted order. The key element also, let it be same, 80. So you get search is successful and at position 7. Now, let me show you another instance. Okay, we'll execute it once again. Let us try to enter. Let me just say we have 5 elements. Let me not enter it in sorted order. Okay, let me enter it randomly. The element to be searched, let me say as 10. You get a message saying search is unsuccessful. But is the element present there? It is present, right? So why do we say that you need to enter the elements in sorted order only? What happens is, when you try to trace it, you will get to know, okay, when the value of low, whenever we have traced, the value of low has always been either equal to high or has been less than the value of high. When we try to put those elements in unsorted order, at a point of time, the value of low will go beyond the value of high. So that time the search comes as unsuccessful. So we will see one instance. Before that, let's proceed with trying to search an element which is not present in the list. And for homework, you people can search an element which exists on the left hand side. Like for example, if I give, let's say if I give the key element as 20. Let us do this also. Let us replace all these values. Your low is going to be here. Low is equal to 0. High is going to get the highest, that is n minus 1. What about the mid value now? 3. Now, key element is given as 20. Fine. So first you want to compare your key element with your mid element. Is 20 equal to 40? No. Then, next thing. Is the key element less than the mid element? Yes, your key element is 20, which is less than the mid element. So what is going to happen? We will search where? Only here. Our search is restricted only for this particular area. Now what will happen? We have a look here. We have the value of low, but we do not have the value of high. We need to calculate the value of high. So how can you calculate the value of high? We have executed this. So the value of high will be 1 lesser than that of mid, because we are searching in the left hand side of the array. So the new value of mid now, sorry, the new value of high is going to be here. So again, if you look at this array, we do not have the value of mid. So 2, how do you calculate low plus high? 0 plus 2 divided by 2. What will be the value of mid? 1. So this is the new value of mid. Again, continue with the search now, correct? So again, compare the key element with the mid element. Is it equal? Is 20 equal to your mid element? Yes, the search has been successful. Fine, this is for lower. So what you do, take another array, try to take it in a descending order, the reverse of this. Make it 80 to 10 and then try to trace it. Now let's try to find an element which is not present in the list. Let's do it with the program itself. Look at the variables that we have. One array, you know what n variable does, accepts the number of elements. Key element is the element that needs to be searched. The I for iteration you have. Value of mid is what? Low plus high, divide by 2. The value of low, high and flag. Now flag, what is the use of flag again? This will just act like your boolean variables. Like just when you say 0, it indicates off. When you say 1, it indicates true or it indicates on. So if flag becomes equal to 1, we will assume that our search has been successful. If it is 0, the search is unsuccessful. Now this part of the code you are familiar with. We ask the user to enter the elements, accept the element, store it in the array, and then ask the user for the key element. So here we have initialized the value of low and the value of high. Low as 0, high is equal to n minus 1. Now have a look here at the loop. The first condition itself is, the while loop is low less than or equal to high. So why this condition is, I told you, at a point of time, the value of low goes beyond that of high. That time we can't search. So that we will see now. Okay. For time being, you can just skip this and just verify with the tracing whether it matches or not. Now let's start. Let us update the values here. Low is correct. Is the value of high correct? Let us set it back here. So this is the value of high. What is going to be the value of mid again? So the new value again is going to be equal to 3. Any more changes to be done here? Let's search for an element, say 200, which is not present in our array. Okay. The value of mid, let us make it back to 3. Let's go back to the program. Value of mid we have done. Check if your key element is 200 now. Is 200 equal to the value of mid? Is 200 equal to 40? No. So we are not going to execute these two statements, correct? Because this condition has become false. Let's go to the next if condition. Is your key element less than the mid element? No. So will this be executed? No. We will go to the else part. Okay. So here, if you have a look here, what changes do I need to do? We are again going to search where? Have a look at the program once again. Our key element is not less, it is false. Else, what is given here to update the value? Low is equal to mid plus 1. So we need to update the value of low. What is going to be the new value of low? Mid plus 1, 4. Here. So our search is restricted here again. Again calculate. Let's go back again to the program. So we are done with this. Still check in the while loop. Is the value of low less than or equal to high? The value of low is 4. Value of high is 7. Is 4 less than or equal to 7? Yes, it is true. So we shall execute our while loop. Again, we need to update the value of mid now. So tell me the new value of mid. 4 plus 7, how much? 11. 11 divided by 2, 5.5. So let's just take the integral part, that is 5. So let me update this here. Fine. Now let's check again. Let me do one thing. Let me copy paste this entire code for you here. It is easy. Okay. So now we are done with this. We have calculated the value of mid. Is key equal to your value of mid here? What is the key element? 200. Value of mid here? Not equal. So we can't execute this particular flag and break. Let's move to the next one. Is your key element less than the mid? Key element is 200. What is the value of mid? 60. Is it less? No. So again else this thing. Tell me the new value of low now. 6. It has to be 6. This much is the new updated thing. Now we again have to calculate what? The value of what? We are done with this. Let's check again. 6. Is 6 less than or equal to high? Value of low. Pay attention. The value of low was 6. Value of high was 7. Is 6 less than or equal to 7? Yes. So you execute the while loop. Tell me the new updated value of mid now. 6 plus 7 divided by 2. How much? 6. So this is my new value of mid. Let's proceed now again. Is the key element equal to a mid element? No. Is the key element less than the mid element? No. So we go to the else part again. Again the value of low is going to be updated to mid plus 1. So what is going to be the value of low? 7. We have reached here. Now, is your low value less than or equal to high? Yes. So we'll execute once again. Calculate the value of mid. 7. Mid has come here. Is your key element equal to the mid element? 200 equal to 80? No. Is 200 less than 80? No. So the else part. Tell me the value of low now. Do you have any elements beyond the 7th index? Let's say that, okay. Yes. So here, what is going to be the condition if I have to place it here? Is this existing? Will this happen? No. At this point of time, so at this point of time, what is this instance? Is this condition becoming true or is it becoming false? False. So if it is false, which means we have not updated the value of flag. We did not enter itself in that condition there, if condition. What is the statement here? If a flag is equal to 1, search is unsuccessful. Sorry, search is unsuccessful. Correct? So at a point of time, you reach a state wherein the value of low goes beyond the high, which means it is going beyond the array. That is why this while condition is given on the top. Getting binary search? All of you? Do you have any doubts here? Students who are online, do you have any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay, just drop in your attendance. Students who are online. Just to write, any program would be trying to start its execution from the main method. Okay, but then you are studied functions and you are familiar how functions work. Just like your concept of main method, which is a function, you can also write small code snippets in a function and try to execute it. Now just have a look at this code. The first initial part here, is the same. We ask how many elements, then we try to accept it, and then we are trying to search the key element. Have a look at the next one. This particular thing. Okay. Position. So it means that we are trying to, again, instead of going for the flag value, what we will do is, with the help of this position, we will try to check whether the search has been successful or whether the search is unsuccessful. Now in this function call here, linear search, I have passed 3 parameters. What are the 3 parameters? A, N and key. A is the array, N is what? Number which has entered, key element is the element that is to be searched. So the moment the execution comes to this line, it is going to go to the function call. This. Okay. So array is passed, the element N is passed, and the key is there. Now have a look at the loop here. We start again the iteration. Since it is a linear search, we need to either search it in the linear order, right to left, or either in descending. So we have started the loop again. Every time we are trying to compare it with the key element. Now let's do the tracing so that you can understand this. Let me just change the order for this. Okay. So the key element, let's say that, let it be equal to 22. Now let's do this along with the program here. We are in this particular function. For the iteration I is equal to 0. Let me write the values for you here like yesterday. This is the value of I. Let us check for I less than N. Then, which is the next one? If condition. No? Before we go for incrementing, we need to go for the if. A of I is equal to key. So A of I is equal to key element. After this, we will have the increment. Now, first iteration I is equal to 0. Let us check for is 0 less than, what is the value of N? Not 8. Pay attention. I have updated the array. What is the value of N? 6. So is 0 less than 6? Yes. True. Let's check for A of I. So the value of I is 0, which is 10. Is 10 less than the key element. Our key element is 22. So this becomes true. So if this is true, what do you have to do? Sorry. Is not less than, is equal to key element. So it is not true. I wrote less than, I'm sorry. It has to be equal to 22. So this is false. So return the execution doesn't come here. Fine. So where will the next execution go? Incremented. Let's increment and the value gets updated to 1. So the new iteration 1. Check for is 1 less than 6, which is true. What is the element present at A of 1? 40. Is 40 equal to 22? False. Which means again returning of that I does not come. Will increment. It becomes 2. Next. Is 2 less than 6? False. What is at element present at index 2? 30. So is 30 equal to 22, which is again false. Let's increment it. So 3 is 3 less than 6. Element at A of 3, 22 is equal to 22. So it has become true now. Let's go back to the program. If this is true, we are returning I. Correct? So what is the value of I now? Have a look. What is the value of I? 3. Where is 3 returned? Have a look at this function called position. What is this position? We are returning I. See, this function is returning I, which is 3. Okay. So position is going to be equal to 3. The function returns means gives back. It gives back 3. So position is equal to 3. Now let's check here. If position is equal to -1, it says element not found. What is the value of the position here? 3. So what is going to be printed? Else part. Element found at position 3. The search is successful. So the same linear search method using a user defined function. So this is another concept. Now